opportunity for Charlotte off the set piece. It is going to be the man out of Poland. The shot! Yes!
It's and it's gone in! It's an Olympico! Yoshiki pulls it back, the shot, and another goal!
And look who's coming on. Brian Romero. Here's Romero. Take the shot, kid!
Goal!
For the city, for the crown!
And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Offsides Podcast, the official podcast of Charlotte Football Club. I am your host, as always, Andres Robledo, and today I am joined by the one, the only, Pablino Robledo, the ultimate co-host. We're back, baby.
Back. Season 3, reset again.
Kicking off, they might say.
Yeah, that's another mulligan season.
Last season didn't count. This is the real one. The real one for the real ones.
Yeah. Brace yourselves.
Oh, yeah. Man, it kind of flew by the off season and the end of the season and everything. Felt long, but now like that it's about to start, it felt short, you know what I mean?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff that happened.
Yeah, especially
kind of. Yeah.
It was real slow and then it sped up real quick.
Yeah. It's like you got all summer to work on this project. And then it's like, oh, school's about to start. Hurry up. Hurry up.
Yeah. Like, oh no, I didn't do my reading list.
Yeah.
Oh man. But Charlotte wasn't the only one doing a preseason. We did a little preseason pod. We went to Coachella Valley. But our Coachella Valley was called the Designated Players Pod. We did their deep dive series where we did our preview of Charlotte FC. What did you think of that, Pablo?
That was pretty fun. I think that was our first, well, that was my first video guest shot, host, whatever it was. But it wasn't too bad. I liked the way they did it. You know, started off kind of light with the scarves. It's nice to see. That guy had a lot of scarves.
A lot of
If you haven't
scarves.
if you haven't seen the video, it's up on YouTube and it's on our link. I'm pretty sure I put the post up, but if you need to find it, just let us know. But it was pretty fun overall.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting up with those guys again.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun to record with, and they had a lot of good questions. And I mean, the project they did to do that with every single team is crazy.
That's a lot of planning.
Yeah.
I would not do that.
No, not at all. But it was fun, and hopefully we can do some more stuff with them down the road.
Yeah, wouldn't mind starting some traditions with some new guys. You know, most likely gonna linking up with the Houston boys again?
Yeah, it's a tradition.
Yeah, now it is. Now we kind of have to.
Yeah.
But no, just kidding.
It's like eating turkey at Thanksgiving.
And then falling asleep.
Tradition. All right. Well, let's jump into it, man. Yeah, there's a lot of team news, and hopefully this episode isn't too long. Yeah, jump into the team news you wanted to cover.
All right, yeah. So first thing, we'll just start with the staffing changes and some of the little expectations we might have. Obviously, everybody knows the big one. We got a new head coach again, Dean Smith, coming over from England. I think his biggest highlight was leading Aston Villa back into the Premier League 2019. But he's got a lot of experience over there, which, you know, in the past, I've always been against letting coaches go after only one season. I think, you know, I have a little leg to stand on there as far as, like, you know, what a player's going to think, or other staff and people trying to come over. It's like, if you're not performing right away, you're going to get fired. But I think it was you or somebody else that brought up a good point that Dean Smith he's got a lot on his resume that could bring over a lot of talent. So I'm hoping that's the way it goes. Obviously, this is going to be a rebuilding season, but I'm hoping that, you know, with all the experience that he has as a first-team coach, you know, as a head coach of major teams that it does attract some major talent to Charlotte.
Yeah, I agree
What do
with
you
that.
think about him?
No, I agree. I mean, always good to have that championship experience, and then I think he was able to coach them in the Premier League as well. And yeah, like you said, like hopefully he can get those connections where he's going to get guys that want to work with him in the team. And then also, I think something that has been touched on a good bit about Dean Smith is just like his reputation for developing young players. So I think that'll be good as well. Like not only us bringing in some talent, but him just developing some of these young guys that we have into like those next MLS superstars or into like DP caliber type players. The names that jump to mind are Vargas and Ajimong, Brandon McCambridge, and then even younger, you've got Brian Romero and Berchimas, who are teenagers. So be interesting to see what he does with those guys and how he works them in and develops them, because I know they've been getting some preseason minutes. So I would like to see them get some first team minutes, maybe like in Open Cup or something like that, or a lot of consistent minutes at Crown Legacy, so they can start getting some pro level minutes. And I think that's where guys really start becoming next level players. So interested to see what he does with that.
Yeah. Hopefully he does do like you said as far as the young development there, because we didn't sign too many guys, and we definitely promoted a lot of the younger guys up to the first team. So maybe that's the plan. But besides Dean Smith, we also have Tommy Wilson.
Tommy.
Tommy boy. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So he was over in Philadelphia Union developing, I guess, youth as well. But he's going to be our new technical director. Miles Joseph, he's the new he was associated head coach for the first team. He came from Portland. So that's the two new kind of staffing changes that were shadowed by Dean Smith. But moving on to the player updates and the rosters, we got a lot of guys that left, and then a couple of guys that came in. You want to kick us off on the guys who's out?
Yeah, so you got a nice list here. So I'm going to read through the list, and I want to ask you which one hurts the most. So we got Harrison Awful, Mackenzie Gaines, Chris Hagar, Pablo Sinyasiga, Jan Zobozinski, Adrian Zendajas, Derek Jones, Justin Maram, Karol Swiderski, Corujo, Mello, and Yazwiak. Which one of those are you sad to see, and then which ones are you shouting to the rooftops like, finally?
Well, I would say, look, the ones that obviously everyone is saying is Soderski. He was our goal scorer. He was the guy that was, just keeping Charlotte above the water. But he's not fully out. I mean, he's on the loan with an option to buy, but most likely he's probably going to stay over there. Justin Merrim, he was a little on the older side. He did great, I thought, when he came over. I mean, he came over and he started hot, and he was a good help especially on that left wing. Gaines, I saw a lot of potential in Gaines. He's over in Nashville now with his younger brother, I believe.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew he was in
yeah.
Nashville, but I didn't know he had a younger brother.
Yeah, I believe it's his younger brother, and so they're both over there. So that's, I guess it's a little bit of silver lining there for him on that side. The ones that I think we really missed out on is Corujo. I think he was a solid defensive back. And then also Mello. I mean, I know you like Jones. You're probably going to go for Jones. I'll let you kind of recap on that. But I think Mello, he spent a good time injured, but I think he had also a lot of potential. And I mean, a young Brazilian guy, that's like, it's an unwritten rule. You don't get rid of those guys.
Yeah. Could have been the next
Don't
Dino.
get rid of the Brazilian guys. Yeah.
Or
playing in
worse,
the
could have
USA.
been the next Robinho.
Oh no.
That's the gamble you take.
You keep him other hot, and then you just get rid of him. Hot potato.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I mean, the one I'm sad to see goes is Derek Jones, and I think it's just kind of weird that they let him go, and then a preview on who's coming in, but Diney or however you pronounce it, I'll learn that as the season goes on. Seems like a pretty much like for like replacement. Tall, strong, athletic, good on the ball, very technical. Center defensive mid. So it's just like that one seems weird to me that you had a guy that could do that job and then you let him go. And I think he left before Dean Smith came in. So I'm curious of like if he was like, why would you guys get rid of that? I need someone like that. And then they brought in this guy. But that's one I'm going to keep an eye on to see if it turned out to be like a good upgrade or if it's just a kind of like for like swap. But I can't believe you didn't mention this name. The one I'm glad to finally see go is Yazwiak.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I started like maybe seeing. I was like, okay, maybe he's good. Last season, season before that, I was all on board for get rid of him ASAP and make room in the DP spots. But then last season, he did okay.
He had a strong start, and then once he got
right
hurt, he just disappeared.
Well, yeah, that's what you do when you're hurt.
No, even when he got healthy, though, again, like when he came back, he just never had it like when he started the season.
Yeah.
He had a run of like 3 good games and then just went away.
Yeah. But those games, I guess that's what did it for me. But yeah, I'm not too like, bummed out to see Yazviak go. I think we have talent that'll fill his spot there.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot of exciting names there, like Cambridge, Tyler Small or Tiger Smalls. Is it Tiger or Tyler? I can't remember now. But the draft pick they got from Clemson. Wait, was he from? I don't even know anymore. I'm so confused with so many players. But the draft pick, our first draft pick this year, he looks pretty good. So definitely potential there.
Yeah. And I think just shortly going back to Jones, he ended up in Columbus, which did they win the league last year?
Yeah, they won the MLS Cup.
So he went from almost bottom of the table to number 1.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they can do like a repeat or something.
Yeah, I mean that's just it. Kind of goes to say like what did we miss out on Jones because like. The guys that just won the league last year their talent agency is looking at Jones and they see potential. Like, what are our guys missing? Why would we let him go?
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah. So keep an eye on that, I guess. But moving on to this very short list of who we brought in. First one being David Bingham. He was a free agent, played at Portland Timbers before he became a free agent. He was a goalkeeper, slightly on the older side. So,
interesting.
What kind of message is that sending out? That's our, third goalkeeper?
Yeah,
Mark's
should be. Yeah, Mark's is still there. And then Kalina.
And Kalina, right. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? It's always good to have, like, a senior backup.
Yeah, I mean, they got rid of Cisniega, so.
Yeah, well, that guy was not. I mean, I hate to say because he's Colombian, but he was not that good at goalkeepers.
We never are.
Should not be goalkeepers.
Well, Higuita, we had one. And Oscar Cordovan. We had 2.
I mean, Oscar
and actually,
gets a lot
David
of
Ospina, too. Colombia's actually got some good goalkeepers. David Ospina was good. He played in the Premier. No, he didn't go to
David
Real Madrid.
Ospina was good. Higuita was good.
Goated.
But, I mean, like, he was in the 80s. Like, who wasn't good?
A lot of people.
Like, that whole team, that whole Colombian team was good.
They had to change the rule because of Higuita. To where, like, you
Oscar
couldn't...
Cordova gets a lot of credit, but that's, like, for playing in the World Cup and doing all this stuff. But that's because Higuita was ejected. and I think in jail also at the time, so he
That's
couldn't play.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys don't know who we're
excuse me,
talking
I got
about,
just to
there's
do
a
it.
great Netflix documentary about Higuita that is very entertaining. You should definitely watch. It's awesome. But
The Scorpion.
yeah, El Scorpo. Uh, all right, yeah. So we got David Bingham. Moving on to the next guy. Who do you got?
We got Nicholas Holiday. Was he a draft pick? I
Could not
can't
tell
remember.
you. I could
Yeah,
not
but I
tell you.
think this is another goalkeeper. I didn't see too much on him, but it's a young guy. Um, then we got the French center defensive midfield, Daini. That's his last name. Also free out of the free agency. Played over in the French Division 2, I believe it was.
Ligue 2.
Yes, yeah. Then we had who's this? Petkovic. He
Yeah,
moved up from the Crown Legacy.
he's
Another
very
midfield
good.
guy. Is he?
Yeah, he was.
We'll have to see.
So the couple of Crown Legacy games I watched, he was like noticeably head and shoulders better than a lot of the guys out in the field. I mean, that Crown Legacy team was stacked, and the guys that got moved up, those were guys that when I went and watched them, like stood out the most. Of like, okay, these guys are on a bit different of a level than I think what this league is supposed to be. I think we kind of like front loaded the team. So it made sense that they got moved up, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen him, so I'll keep an eye on him, that's for sure. And then the last one I saw was Junior Urso. I think his nickname is The Bear. Came from Orlando City, maybe as a free agent.
Yeah. Free agent.
And I believe he's also I don't know his position. I'm gonna guess midfield.
Yeah.
That's all.
Midfield or winger? I can't remember now. Actually, I think midfield. But it might
Somewhere
be
in
winger.
that range.
Yeah, he's somewhere. Not a defender. Let's just say that.
Yeah. But that's, I mean, we let a lot more guys go than we did bring in.
Yeah, I think one or two Crown Legacy guys are missing off your list that got moved up.
Probably. I noticed some.
I think Tavares just got officially signed and moved up, and I think there's one more, but I'm not sure.
What about Romero? Is he going to be playing?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Hopefully.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. What's the next bit of news? Oh, right. So, U.S. Open Cup news. I don't know if you've heard, but MLS might not be participating fully in this next upcoming cup. Have you heard about this?
I have heard a little bit about it. I remember like a month or two ago they announced that they just weren't going to participate in it, and then I think like the U.S. soccer like governing body was like, no, you guys have to participate in this, and I guess now they're in some kind of negotiations or something.
Pretty much, yeah. So in a nutshell, as far as U.S. soccer goes, this is one of the oldest cups that they have. It's the U.S. What is it? The U.S. Lamar. I forget what it's called fully.
I was gonna say Lamar Jackson, but I don't know if that's right because that's also the quarterback's name.
It is. Yeah, it's the Lamar Jackson U.S. Open. No, it's not. It's like Lamar Hunt.
That is what it is. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup.
Also sponsored by the Baltimore Ravens.
All games played in Baltimore.
The Wire.
Yeah.
So stupid. Anyways, go ahead.
Great show.
That is a good show. No, I wish. I mean, it'd be a little late. Yeah.
We're bringing it back.
You know what's another good show? Breaking Bad. Okay, never mind. That's a meme. I don't know if people are going to get that joke, but Hypnotoad. Go ahead.
Anyway, so in a nutshell, MLS is basically not wanting to participate in this cup. One of their main arguments is being the burden it would put on the schedule that MLS has with Leagues Cup and some of the teams being the CONCACAF.
The burden we self-created.
Yeah.
That's so
pretty
stupid.
Pretty much. They're saying that basically this is all spread out again around all the divisions of U.S. soccer.
Yeah.
And MLS is saying they might not participate or they don't want to participate, which I think would be, I think
it'd be lame.
why wouldn't you participate? It's very lame. Yeah, thank you. It's lame. Like it's another chance to go for silverware. I get that it is putting a burden on the players, but it's like, these guys get paid to play.
Well, not only that, but it's a self-imposed burden because they have the roster rules that you can't have more than 22 players. Mm-hmm. So you can't, or I think it's 22. It might be a little more, but it's not that many players really. And so you can't really rotate your rosters around like a lot of, because most European leagues and other international leagues have some kind of domestic cup that they play in besides their league. For sure. And in the early stages, it's good for youth players and reserve players to get minutes if you're a top tier team. And that's easily what they could be doing here in the Open Cup, but because it's so, the roster rules are so restrictive, you can't have a reserve squad or you just can't. There's not enough players to do that efficiently. So yeah, it is a lot of games, but it's also a lot of games because you guys threw in I don't know, kind of a stupid tournament in the middle of the season,
in the very middle of the season. It's we're gonna pause MLS season, then you're gonna do a Leagues Cup, and then keep going MLS season. It's why? You're still playing. It's not I think we covered this last season. It's just because there's a pause on the MLS season doesn't mean your guys just get a break. It's they still have to play in this other cup. I guess there's a pause if you don't win.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
But
no, last statement I heard from MLS is that, most of the first teams wouldn't participate, and that teams from the MLS Next Pro, which is basically our reserve league, would be taking their place. So I just think it's also, like you said, lame because this cup's there so all teams across the U.S. can participate for this. And just because you have, some are saying that because Messi doesn't want to participate or they don't want to put the likes of Messi in a small stadium that they shouldn't have to. But it's why not?
Bro, he signed a contract.
Yeah.
And also, it's not like the team has to take him. You can sit him. He doesn't have to play. You could sit him,
or like you mentioned, you bring in your young guys to participate with, some of the third division or second division soccer teams. You don't have to put your starters in this.
Yeah.
But you should definitely participate.
Yeah, I thought the U.S. Open Cup games were way more entertaining to follow than Leagues Cup.
Right. Because, before Charlotte had a team, I didn't follow MLS. I didn't really care for it. The play wasn't really up to what I was used to watching, which is, Premier or like La Liga. But, now that we have a team, somebody to root for, and then it's we have all these other cups too. It's okay, yeah, cool, let's watch that. But, yeah. I don't know. It's like you said, lame. Yep. The U.S. soccer should make MLS teams participate no matter what.
Yeah, and Messi should have to play.
Yeah, just for that, you got to play in all of them.
Yeah. Dude, we can talk about this in the next...
we'll see what updates come up.
Yeah. But I have a Messi thought that we can talk about later.
Who doesn't?
True.
Okay, well then moving on... okay, so we got our preseason results. Did you watch any preseason games?
No, mostly because they weren't televised, and some of them weren't even streamed. So it was like
You didn't watch
very
any of them?
difficult to watch. No.
Wow, you heard it here, folks. Not a fan.
Well, I'm also not taking anything away from preseason. Like we had that mistake last year, and it burned us bad.
Yeah, I didn't watch any either. It's okay.
Yeah, I knew you didn't. Barely watch the actual games.
I do too. I can watch the games and TikTok at the same time.
I watch the games on TikTok.
That's the advantage of having a lazy eye. But no, yeah, I didn't watch I saw the preseason results. We had some ties, we had some wins. I don't think we had any losses. But like you said,
I thought they lost
year,
to LA Galaxy. Or I mean LAFC. Did they not play them? I thought they played them. They might not have.
You would know if you watched.
Yeah, I did not watch. Yeah, you got me on
But
that one.
I'm right there with you. If it's anything like last season, don't count on preseason results for anything.
Yeah, I mean the one thing
last season we killed it.
Yeah, I think we won all 5 like preseason games, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing I
it.
did like to see is that the last 3 games they kept a clean sheet.
Yeah.
That being said, it was against LA Galaxy, who are in turmoil right now, although they might turn it around this season. San Jose, where did they finish last year? 9th. So,
10th.
okay, that's not terrible. And then Minnesota, who finished 11th. So, yeah, I'm not really taking anything away from any of those results.
And we teams.
Yeah, and we tied Kansas Sporting KC. So
okay, that's not St. Louis. Never mind.
No, they were 8th, and we tied them 3-3. So yeah, yeah, it kind of feels like we're right where we left off.
Didn't move up, didn't move down.
Yeah,
just right there,
doing a-okay.
But at the same time, we do have like a lot of. I mean, it's the reset button on the team all over again. It's a lot of new faces, getting used to each other, building that chemistry all over again. So not too upset with the results that they got. If anything, it's probably on the better side.
Yeah, it is crazy like how much rosters do change in the MLS though. Like,
yeah.
Comparatively to other teams that I follow, it feels like the type of changes we get like season over season would be something that takes over like 2 or 3 seasons in like Premier League or something. Like,
absolutely, because typically you might have 2 or 3 guys come out or come in, but we had like way more than that.
Yeah,
and it's not just us; like other teams as well.
Yeah,
way more.
Yeah, a lot of teams seem to just completely change. Like every year, it feels like they just have like 75% new teams.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen to Charlotte next season or in the next couple of seasons. Because what I really want to see is just consistency out of lineups and a team development.
One name you're for sure going to see on there, Brant Bronico.
Yeah. The poster boy.
As Dean Smith said, boy, that guy can run. All right, it's too early to start it's too early to start the hate. Let's move on.
No, this is gonna be a Brant Bronico hate season.
Every other season.
I don't care if he's like our goal scorer. I'm still gonna hate on him.
Yeah. That would be wild if he just really took a step this season and just was like 25 goals or something.
He's gonna take a lot of steps. He's not gonna do anything. It's gonna look like he's doing something.
Yeah, he's definitely taking a lot of steps for sure.
Yeah. Even if he has a hat trick, I'm still gonna like just pound on whatever little bad pass he could have made. Like,
gets gets a yellow card. Yeah.
Yeah, that should have been a red.
Could have costed us the game. I mean, sure, we won 4-1 and he got all 4, but like imagine if he got another yellow and sat out. Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's got to worry about next game. Ugh.
Yeah. It's going to be some
soccer IQ, low IQ.
Yeah. Some Jack Reacher takes are coming for sure this year. All right. Moving on. So MLS has officially kicked off. Miami versus Real Salt Lake happened last night in Miami.
Very late.
8 o'clock Eastern time. Not a
That's
fan.
nuts. The whole time I was thinking 6:30. I sat down to watch it. I'm like, game starts at 8. I was like, oh my gosh.
6:30 Pacific time.
6:30 boomer time.
Yeah. What did you think of the game?
Overall, not too bad. But I can kind of see the message that MLS is already putting out in regards to who this league is built around this season.
You mean from like a reffing standpoint? Because that was my biggest takeaway.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good
I
Lord,
guess we
it
can
was
just
obvious.
go ahead and jump on that, right?
Oh my
Like,
God, it was so flagrantly
bad.
obvious. It was so bad. Like, mafia, like, controlled Olympic, like, I don't even know what I'm saying. It was so bad. Like, fixing horse races bad. Like, dude.
Obviously, yeah, very obvious calls that were just fixed. I guess we can start with the first one. Messi, took a soft foul. It's a contact sport, but he took a very soft foul in a spot that's in a very high favor for him as a free kick specialist.
Yeah, and
the guy gets a yellow.
Yeah, and then even the commentators were like, I don't even know if that was a foul, but definitely not a yellow.
Yeah.
It's like, good. And then Miami would kill some of those Real Salt players in like nothing.
Uh-huh. I mean, you saw it probably like 10 minutes after that yellow where number 9 is on Real Salt, Cucho,
Yeah.
I believe. He got hit right in the face. Like, defender, they were battling a lot. Good, fought battle. Defender hits him in the face. A striker goes down, and it's nothing. Not even a yellow for that. And that was a much harder foul.
Yeah. The way they scored
and
their
Miami
second
gets
goal
the ball.
too. Yeah. It was really bad. Like the way they got the breakaway for their second goal, I was like, how was that not a foul? Like it was really obvious. It was disgusting.
Well, like I said, we know the message that MLS is putting out.
And it was crazy because like everyone was talking about it, and I wonder if anyone is going to talk about that in the media, like post-game press conferences, or
I don't think they're allowed to.
Yeah, like you say something, we will find
Yeah,
out
I think
the
those
ass.
commentators that said that it shouldn't be a yellow, they got replaced at halftime. They brought in Tony Romo.
Yeah, it was bad. I really hope Suarez bites someone this year, just because
he had
of
a
that.
handball already.
Dude, he
he's not gonna last
no.
more than one season.
I don't think he's gonna last this whole season. Like he limped off the field, and then he also just like he had some really nice like first touches, but he also just kind of looked like stiff a little bit.
Yeah, his legs are gone. I heard, I think it was his daughter speaking in an interview that last year, just to even get him through games in that Brazilian league, they had to give him shots in his knees before the game started, just so he could make it through the game.
Nice.
So,
well, he's probably on PEDs now.
You got a long season ahead of you.
Yeah, they're gonna pump him up full of steroids. He'll be all right.
Dude's gonna bite so many people.
Man, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would. I mean, what a way to go out, right? One last bite.
I mean, it's what you're going to be remembered for. Might as well lean into it. It's entertainment.
Yeah, for sure. If anything, his last bite should be his own teammate.
Should be Messi.
Yeah.
What did you think of Messi chipping the ball over an injured player?
I mean,
it's a bit rude.
It is, right? But it's like,
dude, if he would have scored that, does that count?
Done that, right? Like the way people are making it out to be is like, oh, like only Messi could have done that, and his awareness on the field. I was like, no, like that's a very simple move to just kind of
it's a street ball move.
Yeah, for that's a very basic 2005 FIFA Street.
Just hit R3. Not a big deal.
Yeah, not at all. A little L1 circle. That's all it is.
I just thought it was funny he did it and then almost scored. Like, if he scored, does that count? Like, surely not, right? Like, the guy's injured.
Well, they still kept playing. Yeah, so it might have. It might have. Yeah. There was a lot of plays that were let go just to see what happened. Where like the offsides. I mean, I guess the offsides they don't call it until the play is fully done. But like some of these were just like, all right, like you need to call it already. Like there was go way too long.
There was one where Miami was offside, and I think goalkeeper got the ball, and the ref just like let them play on, and I was like, what? They should definitely get that call because Miami has like fully pressed them into their own half. Like, why would you not?
Yeah.
Just want play to stop and start from a set piece and boot it up there at least. Like, get some pressure off of you.
And I don't want to make it sound like we're just totally hating on Miami, but it's like some of the stuff was just, if you're not like an avid soccer watcher, some of the stuff is just very, very obvious, like what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, it's just they make it like hard to like them because they're just so cringy. Like they had Will Smith out there. Like who cares about Will Smith? Messi should have went and slapped him. That would have been awesome.
Suarez should have done it.
Yeah, should have bit him. That was their moment. God.
Yeah. It was like, hey, Will Smith is out here. I was like,
who cares? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, very.
Man, he's
very
aging terribly also. Anyways.
He's been crying a lot.
Yeah, I would be too if I had that wife. Good Lord. Anyways. What'd you think of so going back to that free kick that Messi got, what'd you think of like the setup that Real Salt Lake had of like, hey, a guy on each corner and then goalkeeper in the middle, and then it worked. Like they headed away. I mean, that's just the move now, right?
Oh yeah. If anything, other teams need to take note on that, because Messi was very far out, but like had they not had those two guys on the post,
he would have scored.
On each post, he would have scored. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That goalie wasn't getting there.
No.
Absolutely not.
I was surprised. I thought it was a little too far out for him. I thought it could have been his Ronaldo moment of
No, he wasn't that far out. He was
30 yards.
That's not terribly. I could have hit that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a little bit out of his range, but man, he put it on frame.
He put it top 90. It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said,
free kick. I think Messi overall played well. Miami, besides the reffing and all that, they look like a formidable team. Because even though they have all these superstars out there, the younger guys is the ones that put in the goals. Messi helped out a good bit.
Yeah.
So they look like they're gunning for it.
Yeah, that Gomez guy.
Gomez was nice, and so is that Tyler kid.
Yeah, Robert Taylor, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he had a good season last season, too. Whenever Messi came in, he was starting to score a bunch of goals.
Yeah, absolutely. I could see where Suarez was getting frustrated because he wasn't getting the ball, but it's like, you're not making any runs either, man.
Yeah, and the commentators talked about that, too, of like, Messi and Suarez aren't going to defend. I was like, yeah, you damn know they aren't going to defend. Nope. Especially Suarez.
Suarez ain't defending.
I just don't think they're going to last a full season. Like, the physicality, the heat, the amount of games, and again with the roster, like, you can't really rotate guys that much, and I just don't see either of them staying healthy. I don't like the big four that they signed: Alba, Sergio, Suarez, and Messi. Like, yeah, maybe Messi stays healthy the full season, but even then, I don't think so.
Well, and it's not the heat that gets you.
It's the humidity. You're such a dad.
Had to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, Salt Lake, another quick bit that they said was Real Salt Lake had not lost a home opener in 15 years. So...
Oh, that's just rude. Record. That's just rude that they set him up that way. That's messed up, man. Yeah. Don't give them Miami.
broken by Messi.
Dude, that's awful. I thought Salt Lake looked good though. I mean, there was a moment from the 70th to like right before they gave up that second goal that they were really dominating. Like they were moving that ball around, keeping it in Miami's half. Like they could have got the equalizer, but
my thoughts on Real was they played very timid in that first half.
Yeah.
And then, I'm not sure what kind of pep talk they got in the second, but they came out to like, okay, these guys aren't as intimidating as we thought. Let's go do what we got to do.
It's a bunch of old men.
They played a much better half. Second half.
Second half was definitely theirs for the taking.
Right. So I'm hoping other teams are not the same way. I'm hoping that they just step up once the game starts.
Yeah. Yeah, force them to just have to rotate like Suarez and Messi out.
Yeah, get those old guys tired soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Next, we got our home opener. That is Saturday, 7:30 at night. I wish it was in the morning. That's kind of when I get up. But 7:30 at night. Starting lineup predictions. Hard to tell at this. I can tell who's going to be a goalie and who's going to be the striker.
Yeah, Kalina Kopetti for sure.
Kalina Kopetti. Bender's going to start.
I think the
Bronico's going to start.
I think he's hurt. Bender and Bronico, I think, are both hurt.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that stinks.
I think the back line will be pretty much what we saw last season of
Tullioma's still recovering, right?
That I'm not sure. I think it'll be Privet and Malanda at center back, Yuri and oh my God, why am I blanking on his name now?
Byrne?
Yes, thank you. And Byrne as the outside backs. Maybe Lindsay, but not.
Byrne seems to take the first spot over Lindsay.
Yeah, I was gonna say the way last season ended, I'd rather.
Which I
have
don't
Byrne.
mind either. It seems Lindsay still has some learning to do. I like Lindsay; he's a good, solid guy, but I think Byrne just has a little more experience.
Yeah, and he ended last season really strong. I mean, at the beginning of last season, they were both terrible.
Yeah, they're struggling.
Yeah, but that back line really clicked.
Our whole defense was.
Yeah, that back line really clicked at the end of last season. And I guess, if you do want to take anything away from preseason, 3 clean sheets in a row. So I guess it's still going good, but I will hold my breath.
Yeah. Vargas should be starting. I'm hoping that he has a great season. Yeah, Westwood.
Maybe Dejaguir.
English guy. Oh, yes. I want to see him play.
Yeah.
He's our number 10, right?
Yeah, should be.
Yeah. And he only played a couple of games last season, but he looked good when he did.
Yeah, was scoring a lot of game winners.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I want to see Romero play. I just want to see what he's got.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see him yet.
U.S. Open Cup. Throw him in there.
That would be the spot, yeah. That would be the place to do it.
MLS needs to play.
Just let the boys play.
What are your predictions for the game, New York Football Club?
Man, it's tough to say.
We need a winner. We haven't had a home opener winner.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is tradition to lose. That being said, we did finish above New York City FC last year. They finished 11th. We were 9th. I think we beat them both times last season. I can't remember, though.
I want to say yes.
Yeah.
I think we swept them.
Nice little sweep.
Yeah. Bring the brooms. It's going to be 3-peat.
1-1 in July. And
I'm just going to
3-2 in May,
2-1.
so we have beat them.
It's going to be 2-1. Charlotte wins. It's going to be at the party at the bank.
Man, I'd love to see like a 3-0 win and like really just kind of kick off the season. All right, I'll call it. Screw it.
Calling it.
3-0 win. I mean, there's no consequences. Nothing happens if I'm wrong. But yeah, 3-0 win and just really put a statement out for that this year's going to be different.
If he's wrong, everybody roast him. Roast him on the comments. But yeah, I'm calling it 2-1. You're saying 3-0. After New York, we got Vancouver. I don't know if they're home or away though.
Let me see.
I think we are away. I think we're away for the next 3 games after that.
After the home opener?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we go to Vancouver and then Toronto.
Dang, getting the Canadian games done early.
Yeah, one and done. We don't want to go back to Canada more than once.
Yeah. And then we got Nashville away. Dang, yeah, we're gone for like a whole month.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks.
Well, at least we don't have to buy tickets for those.
True.
Vancouver, I'm going to say 1-1.
On the road.
Yeah, it's on the road. I'm just going to say 1-1. I'm sticking to that.
I'm
Toronto,
hoping
I'm saying 1-0. We need an away win early.
Yeah, I was going to say, I hope we keep our road record
Nice.
like of just not losing every away game like we did last year. I thought our away record was pretty decent. It was an improvement of year one.
We need less ties, more wins.
Yeah.
And no losses.
That would be wild if we just went undefeated. I mean, we
Dean
won't.
Smith.
But yeah. Yeah.
All right, so Vancouver's 1-1, Toronto 1-0. What are your thoughts? Vancouver.
Yeah. God, man, it's hard. Away. Canada.
Cold still.
Cold still, but Vancouver kind of sucks. No, I'll go a 1-0 win.
1-0 win for Vancouver and Toronto.
4-4 draw.
Whoa. Reach for the stars. Okay. All right. Yeah, so Vancouver's a 7:30 game at night, whatever time that is in Canada. And then Toronto's 2 p.m. So.
Oh, that's nice.
Set your alarms.
Yep.
Yeah, that will be nice. Well, on a Saturday, too. Sometimes in the middle of the day, I'm like, I got stuff going on. But I will cancel it.
Yes, they not no more.
Or I will be watching it on my phone. One of those two.
Yeah, man, yeah, I would love to see some more like 2 p.m. games. Those were like my favorite for like when you're going. Like, it's always better to go early, not get out so late.
Oh, yes, but yes, absolutely. I mean, this Saturday game, it says 7:30, but we know kickoff won't start till like 8. And then we're not going to be home till like maybe 12.
Yeah. Are they going to keep all the traditions, you think? You know, crowd sings national anthem, the Pozan.
I hope not that one. Because it's really awkward when people are looking at me because I'm not singing. I'm just not doing it. You paid somebody to do this. I'm not doing it.
Dude, that's got to be like the best one to get, like, to book. Like, oh, you got the Charlotte FC anthem. Yes! 10 seconds of work, baby. Give them the full rate, though.
The singer's just like not even gonna show up. And you're still just like having to sing it, and they're still gonna pay him.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, but I am looking forward to the Pepitas dance.
Yeah,
I'm really gonna try to make the march. I'm gonna bring the drone out there and do some videos.
Do some droning.
Yeah, hopefully I don't crash it.
Hopefully it gets shot down by the Air Force. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I think that's a no-fly zone over there.
Well, for sure.
Well, nobody's gonna know unless they listen. It wasn't me. It was not me.
Imagine you get into a drone battle.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just prefer the earlier games because you can just like start your day by going to tailgate. Not that I really ever go to the tailgate, but
yeah,
so it's a nice idea of like just wake up and go to the tailgate.
Yeah. Just wake up drinking.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do it, but it sounds fun. It sounds fun if you want to go do that. I like getting there at like 1:45.
I'll watch. Sure.
Get a nice Bojangles, get in my seat, watch the guys warm up, criticize the warm ups. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's hot, stay inside.
Yeah. criticize the field with the fake grass.
God, yeah. I actually forgot about that. That just pissed me off.
Here we go.
It just made me so mad. Oh, man.
Why are you watering fake grass?
Yeah. I wonder if it does make a difference. It's got to a little bit.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap that bad boy up. You've got shout outs and sign offs for us. Go ahead.
Yeah, there was a shout out. Angel, one of her teacher friends, I guess. I would ask her what his name is, but she's sleeping. I want to say it's Burton. Andrew Burton? Shout out, Ben. Thanks for listening and subscribing. That's what she said that you're doing. So if you are, good on you. If you're not, I'm going to find you.
Shout out to all Burtons.
Oh, also.
Except Tim Burton.
What? Why not him?
He's made a lot
Best
of bad
Batman.
movies.
What?
Best Batman? I'm not getting into that.
Pastor Casey, he was mentioning on Instagram, there was a post put out there, like, what are your realistic expectations on how Charlotte will finish? You and I both kind of discussed that when we did our little preseason podcast with the designated players guys.
Yeah, what did we say? I don't even remember what we said.
I think we were both somewhere like in the 9th or 10th spot. I said best prediction 5th or 6th.
Jeez.
Which was very yeah, very high hopes there. But I'm just gonna read what he said. Say if they make solid signings, maybe middle of the table for the East. It's a very competitive group right now. So if we're in a mix and have depth by the summer window, I could see us sneaking in. Honestly, my gut says we're 9-10 this year. So that's his prediction. If you want to hear more, of your comments read out loud on the podcast,
just comment.
I don't know. Just comment. I'll find one if I remember.
Yeah. So
No promises.
Are you sticking with that prediction of like where we're going to finish?
6?
Yeah.
I'll let you know by the summer.
Again, no consequences if you're wrong.
No, absolutely. I mean, right now we're third.
It's
If
true.
you look at the table
true.
right now, we're in third, so
Yeah.
I'm already right.
Listen, if I want either at least 9th or 12th or lower. I do not want to be 10th or 11th because then it's like we just missed out on playoffs. I want it to either be like no hope or squeeze in or like comfortably make it. But if we finish 10th or 11th, I'm going to be real upset because it's just like false hope.
Right, yeah. I mean, if we finish like very towards the low end of the table, we have, somewhat of a scapegoat, right? We got new coaches, all new rosters. If we finish very high on the table, then we have kind of the same thing. Well, we got this new coach and all these new players. But if we fall right in that middle part again, and it's just like, sometimes these guys work well, sometimes they didn't. What's going on with the coaches? It's going to be the same thing, basically. Yeah. And I just don't want the confusion there. I just want clarity on just like why we're at this spot or this spot.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Best case, I'll be very happy if we make it like into the playoff run again. I mean, we made it last year as a wild card. If we make it one step above that, that'd be nice. If we make it into the wild card, I'm okay with that too.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, that is all for today, folks. Hopefully you guys enjoy listening. Game on Saturday. We'll record on Sunday. We'll keep out for an eye out for our social medias, Twitter or X as it's called now. X gonna give it to you. Instagram
give it to you.
And YouTube at Offsides Podcast or Offsides_CLTFC. And keep an eye out Sunday when we ask for your guys' thoughts on how the game went. And we'll touch on them and shout you guys out. All right, that is us done for now. Season 3 kicking off. Bye.
As Will Smith says, welcome to Earth. That's a bad sign off.
I thought you were gonna drop the B word there because he does that, doesn't he? I think he's like, "Welcome to Earth, bitch."
Maybe. I don't remember.
I'm recording all of this. It's all gonna stay in.
Oh, no.
Wow, wow, wow. You got to love that.